guys, how are you? Is it September 17th? Because that's Constitution Day, and that's what I want to read to you about today. This is We the Kids, the Preamble to the Constitution of the United States. Illustrations and foreword by David Catrow. The first time I was forced to think about the Constitution was in 5th grade. President's Day was coming up, and my teacher, Mrs. Baldwin, wanted to talk about big ideas. Stuff like freedom, liberty, founding fathers, presidents. I sat there doodling a picture of George Washington riding the red 27-inch Johnny Gringer mountain ranger bike I hoped to get for my birthday. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, she recited, secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. I remember thinking, man, why couldn't the guys who wrote this just use regular English? Establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility. But I guess that's just how everyone talked back in the olden times, like my grandfather, who always said things like Rip Snorton, Hornswoggled, and Rudy Tooty. I'm a much older guy now, and I figured out that our Constitution is simply a list of rules and promises written down by people just like you and me. Some were tall, some were short, some were thin, fat, or hairy, and all of them used to be kids. So you definitely don't have to be a grown-up to understand what they wrote. For me, the Constitution is kind of a how-to book, showing us ways to have happiness, safety, and comfort. Sounds like common sense. But a couple of hundred years ago, those things weren't common at all. For instance, back then, if you said or wrote something and the people in charge didn't like it, they could put you in jail or stick tar and feathers all over you. Ouch. Now, even though a lot has changed, if you listen, the rules in our Constitution still make good sense. And tar is used to make highways, and feathers are strictly for birds. A few years ago, I went and saw the real Constitution in Washington, D.C. It's an old, brown, crackly looking thing with curly handwriting that's almost impossible to read. But when it was new, it gave us rights and privileges that nobody ever had before. It let us decide for ourselves what kind of life we wanted to have. At certain times, I wanted to be a garbage man, a baseball player, brain surgeon, and an airline pilot. Instead, I became a dad, an artist, and a political cartoonist. When I paint my paintings or draw my cartoons, I can do them in any way I want. Being able to do that makes me feel very happy and very free. And I think that's exactly what all those old guys with their big words and big ideas wanted for themselves, for me, for other grown-ups, and maybe especially for kids. That's by David Catrow. The words in the preamble and what they mean. Preamble, the first part of something, an introduction. We, the people of the United States, all the people in our country, including kids, in order to form a more perfect union, to come together and make things better for everyone who lives in our country. Establish justice, to make things fair and honest for everyone. Ensure domestic tranquility, to make sure that we can all have a nice life and get along with one another. Provide for the common defense, to protect us from other people or countries who might try to harm us, as in a war, and help us if we've ever been harmed. Promote the general welfare, to help make life good for everybody. Having enough to eat, a place to live, being safe, and having friends and fun times are some of the things that make our lives good. And secure the blessings of liberty, to protect our rights and freedoms and not let anyone take them away. Being able to choose our religion, to say what we think, and to get along with friends, family, and other people are some of the freedoms that we have. To ourselves and to our posterity. For our kids, parents, other grown-ups, and all the people born in our country after we are. Do ordain and establish this Constitution. That means to write down and then live by a list of rules and promises for our government to keep and our people to obey. For the United States of America, our country, where we live. These big words express big ideas. Check out what the dog is doing in this story. He will also help you understand what they mean. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, Provide for the common defense. Promote the general welfare. And secure the blessings of liberty. To ourselves and our posterity. Do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. That's the preamble to the Constitution. I love you guys. Bye.